Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Jeff, where our purpose and our mission is to bring, impactful information from guests from all walks of life, bring the universe, bring the world onto this stage, sharing their powers, lessons that they learn, going through the battles and the comeback, man, right? Because I believe that our greatest gifts, finding our purpose, creating our message, delivering our message is developed while we go through life's challenges, the comebacks. And listen, everybody's going through them. We're either in them right now, currently. How many of us got stuff going on right now? You're like, wow, what the heck? Or we just got finished. I can raise my hand for that one too. Or you're getting ready to go into another one, right? So I'm here to tell you the messaging that we deliver and the information that you can take from here will give you empowering solutions. You out there, you that person out there that's looking for more, know you're meant for more, won't stop until you find and step into your purpose and are willing to do some work. And even those of you that are out there got to figure it out, hey, the next level is always there, right? And for those of you that don't understand anything at all, welcome to this message, right? My name is Jeff Tyson, and I'm known as the Comeback King. I got that name from folks all my life that have seen me go through trials and tribulations like many of you have in all areas of my life, and academics as an early child to a football star that lost my dream, and now, all the things that go along with having to learn how to become a student after being, got into college with a great point average that I shouldn't have, and now I'm sitting there with that and figuring out how to learn, right? Because of the comeback, we learn how to face adversity. We learn how to grind. We learn how to get into that space of resiliency, right? I mean, life is about how resilient you can be, how relentless you are, and what are you willing to do? What is it that you want, right? Because I think I put in there, what is your burning desire, right? The power of belief. The message today is about the power of belief. But I got to ask you, what's your burning desire? Because look, they go together. Right, and I'll talk a little bit about that, but I wanted to just kind of come in here today. It'll be just Jeff, and we've got some guests planned coming into what is this, man? It's already May coming up. We'll be back on track with our guest, and then continuing to show up here individually. And I want you to know that we appreciate all your support as we're going through a transition, right? Because we're going through a comeback now, and what we're going to do, and what the messaging will be, and how we're going to continue on. And I want to make sure that I don't miss the message in this current setback, baby, in this opportunity, right? So anyway, I got to tell you, I don't know how much, if you don't know much about Dewayne Dwyer, I would encourage you to go back and look at this man. I mean, he was a gentleman at the ripe age of 60 or something who began to run and do all these tremendous things. He just was an amazing, amazing man. So go check him out. I would encourage you to do that. Those of you that aren't familiar with him, and those of you that are, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's been some years since I've been in his books. I heard one of my business associates talking about his message. It just rang strong with me today. So that's why we're talking about that. Because he also said, what is it? If you believe you can, you'll see the opportunities. And if you believe you can't, you'll see the obstacles. Man, I'm going to read that one more time. If you believe you can, you'll see the opportunities. If you believe you can, you'll see the obstacles. And check this out. And why I get so excited about and why our show is here is because the power of the conversation you're having with yourself about yourself feeds into that. It feeds into everything, right? That stinking thinking that we all have that runs constantly, that puts the brakes on when we're having some success in our lives, right? That brings us back to neutral, right? Puts the brakes on that, or it keeps the brakes on. Because all we have is that negative messaging stuck in the past, all these things, self-esteem, self-worth. Am I good enough? So, it really, to me, is important for everybody to know that you qualify for this message, and you have friends that qualify for this message, and your enemies even qualify for this message. Because the stinking thinking that goes on in your life, yes, it's deep rooted. Yes, there's some work to kind of get it figured out. And then once you get it figured out, some work to replace that stuff. And I know how to do all those things. I work with people on doing that. But I want to tell you, hey, is it worth it for you? Do you have something in your life that, man, just won't let you go, that keeps reminding you, hey, for me, hey, Jeff, right? Your parents, they did a tremendous job with creating a legacy for us. How are you going to leave? How are you going to leave this place? Are you going to be able to stand on the top of their shoulders and leave a deeper legacy behind? Right? Can you do that? It's not about all the money. It's about what's that third generation look like? And whatever it takes to get that done. And for me, right, it's showing up here, conversations with Jeff and speaking on platforms in schools and businesses around the power of the comeback and building relationships and coming and getting for businesses getting over the COVID hangover, right? And that's where people are wondering what the heck is still going on. Is my job safe? Can I really trust the employer that I have? And here's the real hit still. That whisper that's going on continuously telling you, hey, you know what, Susie or Bob or Bill or Jeff, it's time. It's time for you to leap and the net will appear. It's time for you to take those steps that you've been avoiding. Oh, man. Yeah. So Jeff Tyson here today again, and the Comeback King, just wanted to remind everybody that it's not too late. And what is it? What's the power of your belief? Is it fueling your flames right now? Or is it sucking the gas out of you, sucking the life out of you, man? And why? What is it that you're listening to? What else are you telling yourself? Here's the hit, man. What are you telling yourself? Are you reminding yourself how stressed out you are? Are you reminding yourself how old you are? Are you reminding yourself how overweight you are? Are you reminding yourself of the past 15 failures that you had 50 years ago? Are you reminding yourself of, I can go on and on and on, and you get the message, right? That's the conversation. That's the chatter. That's the stuff you say out loud to yourself. And it just gets re-registered deep down. Stop it. Stop it. Man, it's not easy, but it's possible for you to do that. Why is that? Man, why am I so crazy about that? Because that's the big part of my life, man. All the messaging that I believed about myself. I only find out when I was in my early 30s that all of it was a lie, that I wasn't the dumb, goofy kid. I might have been goofy looking, but I wasn't dumb and stupid, and they did love me, and I am worthy, right? And so are you. So I'm coming to you today, and let me see if I got my notes here. I'm not going to be here long. Let's see. Yeah, so I want to just ask you a couple of questions. And I got to ask this one because I ask it on every show. When you woke up this morning and you looked in the mirror, were you excited about the person looking back at you? Were you on fire with knowing that, hey, today is another day, one step closer to reaching your destiny? One step closer, baby, finally stepping into that purpose. One step closer to making a decision to elevate yourself on the job you're in, or walk away from that thing and start seeking your purpose full out. Because look, I'm going to tell you something. In that case, what I just shared, people are only going to do that for two reasons. And Tony Robinson talks about it all the time. It's the power of pleasure or pain, right? And I was talking to this young guy, sharp young guy, man, out of Alabama, doing this thing in sales. And we just were talking, and he's like, Jeff, man, I've got all this stuff. My family, I think, is financially taken care of, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, right? And he's just talking to me. He says, but I know there's something else for me. How many of you are like that? You know there's something else for you. And you may not be in the situation where he was, where you're financially secure. You may be broke as a joke, right? But you still have the same message, and you still have the same capability. So that's the pleasure part in your life. That's the pain side. If you're broke as a joke, man, yeah, right? If you're broke as a joke and you need some cash, it's not a comfortable space to be. And for me, my peace when I finally left the comforts of corporate life and started this journey over 25 years as an entrepreneur was about, some pain around my money with the people I was working for, that they controlled my destiny. They had an agreement that I couldn't change. And then the agreement they changed on me, right? And it involved money. I said that was enough for me, right? So anyway, What are you willing to do? What's the burning desire? Find out today. I want you to figure out what's going to turn that frown when you look in the mirror, that disgust when you look in the mirror at yourself, that disappointment that you look in the mirror. What is it in your life that you want so badly that nothing, and there's none, it's just a non-negotiable, as Lisa Nichols said. It's just nothing will stop you from doing it, right? Because I want to always tell you, you are worthy of success. Nothing will stop you from reaching your destiny, baby. You will not be denied. Come on, say it with me. You are worthy of success. Nothing will stop me from reaching my destiny. I will not be denied. That's a Jeff Tyson, if you want to know. Anyway, so back to the point of what I want to tell you today is that, making these changes and doing all these things, anybody can do it. I say it all the time. Doesn't take you any money. Doesn't take you any education. Doesn't take anything other than a burning desire, something new and different in your life, or belief deep enough that you're willing to just begin a new journey. Create some new levers to pull and some practices to support that, right? And I'm going to just tell you, become more aware of what I'm talking to you about. Listen to everything spend the day listening to yourself. Really listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Not like the movie with Chris Tucker. Did you hear the word? Okay, I'm sorry. My wife likes that show. So anyway, pay attention to what you're really saying to yourself, about yourself, and what people around you are saying about yourself, to you, about you, and about themselves. Are you hanging around the same people that are just like, oh man, I can't afford this. This is too expensive. Oh man, I'm afraid, that's not going to change. That's always going to be the same. You can go on and on and on. So who you're hanging around and what are you telling yourself? Number one. And then how do you feel? Pay attention to how you feel after those conversations, that chat you're having with yourself. This is easy stuff, guys. Look, pay attention to how you're feeling. Is it moving you forward? Is it setting you on fire? Or is it just putting more weight on you? Slowly, the steps get smaller and slower. And then pretty soon you're sitting on the couch, reading the newspaper or watching the news, or right back where you started. It's time to get your butt up off the couch, baby. It's time to step into something different. So that's number one, pay attention and then look at it. And number two, stop. If you just cover your mouth, cover your mouth, man, until that passes. And thirdly, I tell you all the time, number three, become deliberate about changing it. Number two, be determined to do what I'm saying and be deliberate now. Be that deliberate disruptor for your life, for you. You, the person that is worthy of success. You, the person that is meant for more. You, the person out there knowing that you still got a chance. Come on now. Ask yourself these things. Are you willing to do these three simple things? Create some new levers. Lever number one is, being aware. I'm not going to say that stuff anymore. I feel it coming. It's going to be automatic for a while. So just don't give yourself some slack. You're going to repeat the same old crap for a long time. I'm going to say something else, but it can change. Because you're going to not only start paying attention to it, you're going to be determined to not say it, to stop it, and say something different right behind it. And then really, if those are really serious about you really getting to the root of what it is and where it all originated from and how you can get rid of it, I would encourage you to reach out to me, right? My joy is helping people that are in the battle and the comeback, going through it right now, helping people finding your purpose. That's what the shirt says, right? Find your purpose. Not just promising things to you, let you know it's going to be hard work. Let you know that you can do it, but let you know that you're going to need something that you really want out of it. Or nothing's going to change. I'm just going to tell you that's the way it is, man. If you don't want anything different, nothing will be different. If you want something different, then you have to become different. If you're not willing to become different, then hey, listen to this anyway and keep coming back until you are. Right? Come on now. And make sure I didn't leave anything out. So I'll talk to you today just about the belief, the power of the belief. And then which way you believe, which way you feed. The stinking thinking or encouraging words. And what you do when you use the encouraging words is you already have an image of yourself, right? You already see yourself. That person, I'm just going to tell you, me a little bit, that says, hey, I'm going to do these things differently and don't do any of them differently. Time over time, right? So how do you think I feel about myself when that happens? Right? I'll just use, hey, I'm going to not eat cookies this week. And then as soon as I say that, I go get my softest, juicy. Boy, Houston has so many places where you can get good cookies. Oh, it's unbelievable. So you get the point, right? But it's practice. Give yourself some grace. Know that you're meant for more. Know that you deserve more. You out there. I keep telling you that. I just can't tell you enough. But you got to be willing to do the work. Change the people that are around you. Change the things that you say to yourself. And begin to create a new image. How will I feel when I have the income that I feel like I deserve? How do I feel when I have no more financial worries in my life? How do I feel when I've lost 30 or 40 pounds and I can wear my dress or shoes or pants from when I was in high school 40 years ago? I'm almost there. So, well, not high school, but college. Anyway, high school, man, I was like, what was I, 30, 28? Oh, anyway, stay focused, John. You get the point. I saw a young lady today, and I'm going to kind of start winding this thing down, who, and she's going on her way. I was helping her. She was on her way to the doctor's appointment, and she just had I think her child was 11 days old, maybe, and she was telling me, and so I said, what's his name? It's a boy. And she said, his name's Moses, right? And, I don't know all about Moses, but she shared about the things that were going on in her life, the abusive relationships that she was in and her mom was in, and how she found some help. And part of the story around in her help process was sharing about Moses and the mother and the baby. Those of you know the story, right? And then the mother was able to then nurture the child later on in the story. But anyway, so she was like, man, I felt called to do that because her life has changed. She's removing those limiting beliefs on her life. She got away from the lowest point in her life, now has her own home, she lost one of her children, now has that one back, and then delivering this one, Moses, young Moses. And we talked, and she says, thank you for helping remind me of the fact that I am worthy. And I believe now more than ever that there is this being, a power greater than her and me. We call it God, universe, whatever it is that's out there. You don't have to do this thing alone, man. Right? Tap into the energy if that's what you're on. Get the vibrations up high enough that that's what you believe in and get it done. A Buddha, whatever faith you have, man. If you don't have any faith, that's okay too, man. Then find a community. So please, please, please hit me up. Share this information. Set your notification bell up. Be in tune. We got some really great speakers. Reschedule and coming back to you with that event. But I want you to know that I always like to say this, you that person out there that know you're meant for more. You that person out there that just won't stop. That voice is loud now. You don't know where to go. Reach out to me. Or reach out to somebody. And again, to master that stinking thinking. Stinking thinking becomes your ally. Change how you see yourself in the mirror, right? Begin the new practice around pulling some new levers. I can, I will, and I must. Nothing will stop me from reaching my destiny. I will not be denied. Come on, man. I have a whole lot more of those where that came from. And know that you are destined for more. It's up to you. Let us help you. Have a great day, everyone. Appreciate you. See you on the next episode of Conversations with Jeff. Stop that stinking thinking. Go have a great day. You deserve it. You are worthy. Don't let anything stop you from reaching your destiny. You will not be denied. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.